Good morning. How are you all? Are you all well?
Yes, thank you.
Good. So thank you for Kamala and Kos and also Indarani for the kind invitation, along with the partners who sponsor this event today. So my name's Kirit Mistry. You've seen me on the program. I run a small charity called South Asian Health Action. We're a patient carer community-led charity based mainly in Leicester, but we have traction in Leeds and London as well in some areas. We work on the basis of ambassadors who actually are lived experience ambassadors, whether they've got diabetes, kidney disease, mental health, and other health conditions. But the key thing for today is firstly, our focus is around we engage, we educate, we empower, and explore. Now, that's easy in terms of words, but how do we put that into action? And I think that's the key, is that there's no point engaging like an event today if we're not going to give you the information and empower you to kind of go back and share that with your communities, make the links here. We want to also explore opportunities, because for too long, our communities have been underserved with funding, underserved in terms of being around the table, so we need to change that. So that's the key, and we're glad that for the last 18 months, the relationships are forming better for us, in terms of working with the local authority, working with our local NHS. We've been involved in some of the consultations that have been mentioned by Louise and other people today. But I just want to give you three things that I would like you to leave away today with, really, is let's move away from this rhetoric of we are hard to reach. We are not hard to reach. We are easy to ignore. It's the institutions that are hard to reach. That's the first thing. Secondly, let's treat us with the respect that we deserve and build that trust with us as community organisations, and communities as well. Trust is missing, and that's what we need to do. And I think today, this event will allow us to do that and welcome you to do that in terms of bringing these partners together. Look, let's be clear. We've got researchers in the room, research organisations, but for too long, we have been over-researched as communities, but under-resourced in terms of delivering the implementation of whatever research comes out. So that's changing. We see a lot now at the moment around everyone's trying to do inclusive, diverse research, get more involvement of patient public from a diverse voice. And it's good that's happening, but it's something that needs to be sustained. It can't be just, and we no longer can be a tick box. So that's the thing. But my three key asks are really is that, look, let's, as community organisations, we've got to collaborate. This is what today's about. But let's not collaborate just for our own organisations. Let's look at our common agenda is our communities. That's who we're doing this for. I call myself as a humble community servant. I work for our communities. I don't get paid. I serve our communities. Secondly, we've got a lot of expertise in the room. We've got a lot of people who are influenced in different organisations, right? If you influential leaders can commit your time to support a small organisation, mentor them, capacity build, support them by giving them maybe 2 hours a month. That will, sign yourself to some of these organisations out here today, because that's what organisations need. They're small organisations, don't have funds, rely on volunteers, right? And they need that additional capacity building support. That's the second ask. And the third ask is about we need to look at the equity of funding that comes into our city. And it's great, everyone is jumping on the health inequalities agenda at the moment. A lot of resources are coming on health inequalities. And, I'm glad that, we've partnered up with the NHS, locally on a core 20+5 program and health inequalities program. We're focusing on three key areas: cancer, hypertension, and respiratory. These are key clinical areas where our communities have been, late in terms of diagnosis around cancer. Hypertension is killing our communities with other conditions, and respiratory with long COVID. So we need to kind of, the project is really about recruiting community connectors, people with that lived experience. So if you've got any of these experiences, come on board, because it's you're the powerful messengers in this, not me. Okay, I have a condition of diabetes, but the condition of cancer, you may have lost somebody, you may be going through it, you may have been diagnosed late. So that's what we need to do. So I'm not going to take any more time. We're going to be downstairs, but really applaud the organisation. Kos, I've worked with Kos. We've created mental health community ambassadors, and that's something that we're going to continue to do. We realise that in this city, we have challenges around accessing mental health services. There's huge waiting lists. So we've been proactive. We've gone outside of the UK. We've gone to India, where some of our communities are from, and we're actually getting the expertise and providing people with that support. And we've got to kind of do that, because in the current climate, You know, there's great services, there's great transformation, but sadly, people having these waiting lists, their mental health condition is getting worse. They can't be told, sorry, we've got 12-month waiting list, we've got 12-week waiting list. They need something responsive, and that's what we need to focus on. Thank you very much, and look forward to meeting you.